Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 2 of our Borg Collective RimWorld series. My name is Optar International, and before we get going I just wanted to point out from episode 1, 500 times 500 is not 1,000. I'm aware of that. Also I was calculating the cost of the beds as 80 when in fact it's 85 materials. I apologise. Must be the pressure of entertaining, huh? Anyway. I've watched back that previous episode, episode 1, and a couple of things occurred to me. I forgot to home zone the traps, so I'm just going to do that quickly before we get going. And yeah, that was pretty much it. We can just basically continue with what we were doing. So in the last episode we didn't actually get a raid. We managed to name our colony and build this rudimentary structure. So I don't want you doing that, Santos, thank you. You can maybe just leave them on the floor. And what I will do, I know it's for stone blocks, but I'm just going to forbid sandstone blocks, just so that they leave them there. And how many do we have? 220, so it's 5 apiece. Let's start building this external structure. It's going to be about here. Where is the fertile ground? Up to there. I'm going to need a space there, aren't I? Okay. So as I said in the previous episode, just to sort of give you a heads up as to what this is, it's going to be a walled off area with some spike traps leading into the base, and then I will build outwards from there. Yeah, so aside from that, I'm just going to get Santos to start doing that, and I believe Carl was on construction as well. It's 6 o'clock in the evening. Yeah, anyway, last time out in the previous episode we had a mad raccoon, which is currently sat in my freezer, chopped up, and its hide is somewhere. Plain leather, it is probably that one. 16 light leather, there you go. Yeah, so I'm hoping for some action in this second episode. I do need to put another light in here. That can be turned off pretty much straight away. Just checking out the happiness of my colonists here. You're going to be outside for a while until we actually start cooking. Very long outdoors. What is this? I've not seen that before. Slept in the cold. Yes, that is another very good point. So we can eliminate some of these things quite simply by adding a couple of heaters. That bear is getting awfully close. Not a fan. After that, if you wouldn't mind moving these two. Carl, if you could do this one for me just before bed. And then do this one, do this one, as it's not bedtime yet. And now it's bedtime, so you can drop that. In fact, I'm going to get you to haul it all in. Okay, started on our external wall. What are you doing? Go to bed. Yeah, we started on our external wall. That's going to offer us some protection. And yeah, there's not really a lot else to report on as of yet. Just kind of playing really, and sort of take every problem as it comes. I do want Santos to start building this afterwards, and Carl, yes, you do need something to eat. So you'll eat. When you wake up. You wake up. When you wake up, and then we'll start on that. And Santos will just finish this. Fantastic. I do want you to do that one next, if you don't mind. Did you bring enough for both? Of course you didn't. Should have got Santos to do it. Not to worry. I don't want you doing that. I want you doing this. And that should now be heating all of these rooms. I will want you just to quickly flick those two off afterwards. So that we're only heating, and the reason for turning these vents off is so that we're not heating these rooms here, because no one lives in them, but we are heating these 5. And the other vents will still act to pass the heat through. And it is ambient temperature. It's actually 20 degrees outside anyway, but during the night it does get cold. You can do that one for me, Carl. Another thing occurred to me actually, this poplar tree is massively in the way. And Samantha is, ooh. Okay, so Carl, if you do that, then I'll get you to do that, because then you're going to continue, well, rather assist Samantha with the harvesting. Or are you? No, you're not. I'm probably going to leave that to Santos, so yes, if you wouldn't mind just doing that for me. Well, you might as well finish dropping them there. There we go. And I kind of like it when it all gets harvested together, but I think for the interest of entertainment I can just leave them to it and speed it up a little. Now that grizzly hasn't actually eaten anything yet, has it? As I recall. No. Timberwolf of you. Yes, you have. You've eaten a squirrel. We will have that. Thank you. Samantha, up you come. That is your job. And I know it sounds silly, butchering a squirrel, like what is the point? You barely get anything off of it. But we want to use all of the resources on this playthrough. Nothing is getting wasted here. And we have a raid. Excellent. Right on cue. We might get 2 in this episode. That'll be good. The Kazon sect are attacking us. Just one guy. Bradley. Bradders. With a knife. Where was Santos? Because I saw you go off wandering. What I'm going to do... Samantha's up there. I'm just going to get you two to come and stand up here. We can speed it up. They are attacking immediately. And you can possibly gain some shooting skill here. Where's he going? Where's he going? He's coming down here. Ah, it's because I claimed these. No? Where are you going? Oh, do you know what? Just crack on. Samantha, don't be a slob. With this guy, I think we'll just ignore him. He's breaking things. I think he's coming now. Is he? No, he is breaking our bits that are outside. Are you actually serious? Can you not? I wanted those. Are you coming up now? Oh, there's some meals here. Excellent. Let's go and get those. Follow me past this deadfall trap. Well done. Ooh. Come on, round the corner. And, oh, you are having a laugh, and you are. Could you not do that? Could you not do that? Ah, and we downed him. Excellent. What are you? Poor clothing. Incapable of dumb labour. Great. Good miner, though. Not much intellectual. That was the first thing we wanted. Slothful brawler. Great memory. Yeah, we'll have you. We will have you. Now, Santos here is the doctor. So I'm going to capture Bradley. I want his stuff as well. Carl is going to pick up medicine, and Samantha is going to put out the fire. And then Samantha, if you could just haul his knife in. Yeah, so the first raid was semi-successful. Can you just... oh no, there's nothing to merge it with. Yeah, the first raid was semi-successful. Managed to down... what's his name? Bradley. Here. He's got a wooden hand and his left thumb has been cut off, but later on in life, he might even die here. He might even die. Yeah, later on in the playthrough, I'm looking to basically have... The reason I mentioned this in the previous episode, that I'm going to have about 100 people, 100 colonists. The reason for that is, one, it gives us more people to attack with, and two, my intention is to basically have everyone will have bionics. So therefore I'm going to need a lot of people actually making these bionics. Also, another thing that I noticed in the previous episode, I very vaguely touched on mods. I am intending on downloading a mod, and a mod is singular. It's going to be just one mod. The reason for it is that I'm intending for all of my my Borg drones to have a like recon armor all the time. And obviously the reason for it is because I know the marine armor is better than recon armor, but marine armor makes you look like what they're called. I'm not into Star Wars. The trooper guys. Anyway, it makes them look like you're from Star Wars because they always come out white. Whereas the recon armor actually looks like it could belong to a Borg. It actually makes them look more Borgy. And the mod that I'm going to be downloading is to ensure that they are all black, because obviously the Borg wear black. That's the plan anyway, but we need to get there first. So Santos is just tending up Mr. Bradley here, who will live. And what I was going to say was, even though he's got a wooden hand, that is not really that much of an issue, purely because I'm also going to feed him. Or mainly because later on in the game, everyone's going to get bionics. And I mean, to the point where I won't just remove a body part that's got a scratch scar on it or something like that. I will literally be taking off their completely normal arms and legs just because bionics are better. I hope that makes sense. That's the intention anyway, but like I keep saying, we have to get there first. And of course, this is this is not the finished Borg cube. Borg square, rather. How many of these do we have left? Because I saw a little stack down here somewhere. Unless we got them already. There's another one there. No. There it is. There they are. So how many's that? It's 3, and then there's there. 7 more. I think I can maybe... I'm actually going to get Carl to run down here. And in order for him to bring it this way instead of taking it directly to the stockpile, I'm going to set this one for critical importance, meals, clear all, and just do package survival meals. This one is called Zone 3. So Carl, come all the way down here for me, please. Did this fire go out that he set? I don't even know where it was. You can come all the way down here. Flash storm. That is here. Okay, no worries. Don't get Carl. Now he's actually bringing it to this stockpile, and then all I'd need to do is just basically delete the stockpile once he gets close enough. cancel that, and pull that. Equals all of it. Lovely. Just manipulating the game mechanics there. Forgive me, but I'm sure we'll do it. Yeah, I'd rather this rice didn't just like sit out here spoiling. So I'm going to whack it on 2 and get Carl and Samantha just queued up on a couple of these. So I think I'm going to haul all of this in. Santos, I think it's about time you woke up, buddy. No, not quite yet. And maybe one more for Samantha. She was first past the post. Carl is doing what here exactly? Meditating. Alright, Santos, I think it's time you woke up, buddy. This guy needs to be recruited. 9 difficulties, not too bad. No. I was just thinking maybe I could harvest these berries and heal root while we're at it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Just oh, there's another one here. Now obviously my base is made entirely of wood, so I do need to keep an eye on that fire. Timberwolf, you have been busy. You've been attacking an alpaca. Samantha, could you just haul some of that in first for me? Lovely. And Santos here, only got 64 blocks left, so I would like you to... there's not enough there for that, so if you could actually get it from in there, that'd be great. What's he doing? He's eating. How much have we got left? 14 mils left for the people of this fair town. I was going to say city, but it's not really. Okay, we are getting things done. They have auto rearmed, which is excellent. Samantha, just pull that back in for me afterwards. Something just died. Grizzly bear eating a rat. That rat is probably going to be gone. Yep, is indeed. Carl can begin sowing the area, and Samantha is hauling the camel hide. Excellent. So next thing is next. I will need that stockpile to be more efficient. Where is this fire? It's going to start raining soon, so I'm not really too fussed about that. And if that fire gets too close, then I will do something about it. Where are we? So I'm just going to set up all of this so that we don't. Set up all of this and forbid it, so that we don't start building it, because I don't want to build it just yet. There is no need, and we need some doors. Yeah, we don't need it just yet, and it's going to sort of not get in the way, but I want to get this perimeter wall up first. Slightly more important than this, so we're going to do that because we don't actually need it yet. We've got plenty of space in our current structure, and those turn all of it off. That is forbid, and that is not. Yes. And obviously I want to put a no roof zone over that and over that. Then I'm just going to, I could probably leave them on 1 because that's all they're doing, and you're just going to, yeah, I could probably just leave them on 1 while I do this. And, oh, just like so. Not like that. So I do apologise for not really talking for this moment. The only reason is because I am kind of concentrating. I've just seen Santos there feeding the prisoner, and naturally that means that the something just exploded. Naturally that means that the food is going to dwindle quicker, which I'm not a massive fan of. That goes to there, and then this one goes across here, this one goes across here. Turn all of that off, and all of that is already off, except for we need 2 of these. Yes. Perfect. I use that term loosely, obviously. So yeah, here we have the. Why are you taking that to the wall? Absolutely not. What keeps exploding? Oh, it's all of this, isn't it? It's coming down. I'm not really bothered about these structures that are out here just sort of melting into nothing. Kind of saves me a job, really. I know I can use the resources, but I mean, this is slate, so that's not going anywhere. But that is a hell of a fire. 3 of us will not be able to take that. So it might be a case of just keeping it at bay until it rains. Kind of fine. And it's also going to take out all of my wood, isn't it? Great. Do we have some rain now? Rain would be great, because I believe it's not actually rained the entire time we've been here. Yeah, they are just kind of doing what they do. This grizzly has not got anything, and the timber wolf only had the alpaca, which also now resides in my fridge. Freezer, whatever you want to call it. Just going to finish doing that. We are getting dangerously close here. Rain would be fantastic. I keep saying this, hoping that RimWorld hears me and says, I know what he needs. He needs some rain. There's some roof there. I'm actually just going to get Santos to remove that. Or Carl, whoever. Carl. What is this, a drought? And what was that, 47 berries? That's not bad. It's not too bad. You have now done all of that. And the rest of your task is to finish this. Can I just get you to do that while you're next to those? Please? Where are you going? No. Pull that for me. Rain. I would like some rain, please. That is a ridiculous sized forest fire that we've got going on there. Just going to keep an eagle eye on it. Meteorite of compacted machinery. Whoa, behave yourself. That is like components. Whoa. Samantha. Come and mine this. Now I know it's not actually gold, but this is a gold mine. Look at that. You ever seen such a beautiful sight? Oh, that's made my day. And now we have enough for 35, including the one that she's currently making. Santos, I do not want you doing that. I want you doing this. I want Carl. Really? Turtle? Thanks. Yes. And you can do that. Samantha is coming out here. Why are you doing that first? Because I turned that off, that's why. Well, why are you here? Pull that back. We could definitely use some rain though. I've said it enough times that it should spawn some rain soon. Blocks, what we got? 24, so it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. If you could just do that for me then. Oh no, wait, what are you doing, Santos? How come it's always him who manages to get the one with the tree in it? It's not what we're looking for. Come here. Oh well, I mean, Carl's doing it as well, so. Oh, that's going to take you forever to get that out. How many do we get from each one? That's what interests me. 2, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I could probably have worked that out. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. There you go. I could have just counted 11 times 2. Maths again, maths again. But careful everyone. Optar's doing maths. No. Or maybe, yeah, we could possibly start. Did you? Why would you do that? And now there's only 2 blocks. Well done, dumbass. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do with you, Carl, is get me some more wood. And then Santos here will start building our second structure. We could probably put the cables in now. And I'm just going to leave these 2 out. Excuse me. Yeah, that's fine. And then you can harvest a poplar tree, that's good. And your preference is to grow. I'm just going to stick that on 1 for now. Just so that she does that. Well, I mean, this one's going to be finished soon. This tree's already started regrowing. Oh, it was just missed. Okay. What are we on? 28 minutes, okay. Grizzly Bear, can you sort of wander elsewhere, please? You're really pranging me out. I would like Carl to do that before the power goes out. Before the power goes out. Yoo-hoo. I don't understand what their obsession is with getting the stuff from outside. Is it because it's deteriorating and the ones inside aren't? That's the only reason that I can think. Right, that is getting dangerously close to my crops now, so I'm going to put that bit out. And that bit as well. And I'm just going to get everybody to do it. Samantha, what have you got so far? You can haul these back for me. Crack on with that again tomorrow. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And Santos and Carl can start attacking this fire. At least until it starts raining. rain. Thank God for that. Okay. I mean, it only took you an entire day to actually rain, which is a little bit absurd if you ask me. Anyway, they got things to do, so let's get on with that. Yeah. Well, that's sorted that problem out. I can't believe how long it took to rain. Like, in all the time I've been playing this game, it's never taken that long to actually rain before when you get a forest fire. It's probably because I built out of wood. Cassandra's like, ha, watch this. Anyway, it won't always be like this, I promise you. It's just for the time being. Could anyone else mine? Because it's taken an inordinate amount of time. 1 and 1, fantastic. Great pick. This guy can. Yeah. I probably should have left that there until he was recruited. But hey, I could probably leave the rest of it here. I literally saw that and I was like, oh, how amazing. And I think that's probably only the second time I've ever had a meteorite of compacted machinery land in my base. I've had gold, plasteel, silver, I've had all of the other stuff, but compacted machinery, that's very rare. Just to fall out of the sky. There are some pockets on the map somewhere. There's a few over here that I've spotted. Yeah, there's a couple of pockets, and there's a gold node down here, and another. And hello, uranium. Didn't see that. Well, we got that uranium up here that fell from the sky anyway. Grizzly, can you do something? Oh, there's a warg as well. There we go. Predators taking over the map. I didn't want Samantha doing that. I actually want you to do that. Give me some more blocks. So that's my bad. Not watching. You have done something. War merchant from the Bajorans. Hardly. It is a tribe. Something is dying. Was it you? Yes, another rat. See if you could kill something that's useful, like a horse or an alpaca or a donkey even. That'd be great. So I can actually profit from your brutality. But no. You want to eat rats. So we go and talk to these guys. I don't really have anything to sell you, to be honest. Oh no, wait, I do. This little gift here that we got from the Vulcans. So I'm gonna go and get Santos. Santos was the person, wasn't it? Yeah. Yes. 7, 2, and 0. Can you actually do that? Yes, you can. You're actually better than Santos is. Okay, so what do we have? I don't want boom rat, I don't want any animals, so we'll glaze over them. You have no components, but I don't think I need components. I can sell the pawn knife, but matey Bradley's going to need a weapon when he comes to. Maybe it's just I'm going to get nothing for it. I may as well just give him that. I want the synthread pants. I want to sell you this. 25, and I want to sell you this for 56. Fantastic. And the Vulcans have in fact helped. 81, 56 with a short bow. I don't really want to give him a bow. Alright, we'll just go with that. And as always, what I like to do is get him to haul in anything that I bought, which I got silver. Not bought, but anything that can deteriorate. Which I realise, of course, silver can't deteriorate, but as he was up there and they've decided to sit the other side of our perimeter wall, I think it made sense just to haul that back. So we're getting on with our daily daily tasks. Yeah. Have we got enough wood? It seems that we do. See, and now you're taking it from the freezer instead of taking the stuff that's outside, deteriorating more in the rain. Where is the logic? Where is the logic? Hey, have these predators been busy? Something, nothing, something. Yeah, another squirrel. That timber wolf is doing well. And that, I believe, is the last of our packaged survival meals. You are hungry. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get Carl here, because he's got one on him, to come in here. No, in fact, what I will do, I'll put Carl quickly on wardening, and then go and feed Bradley with that packaged survival meal. And now, because Samantha's coming in, I'm going to turn on this cooker, and I've got it set. No, I haven't got it set up. I'm not going to cook fine meals immediately. The reason being that they've still got this initial hope for 7.4 days, and obviously very low expectations. So there's no need for them to get another buff on top of that, and it's a waste of meat that, quite frankly, we don't have. We've got 435, which will make quite a lot of fine meals. But for the time being, I'm just going to queue up the simple meals. And I do the ×4 because it just makes it quicker. Until we have 30, I want Samantha doing that always. We're not going to use meat, we're only going to use vegetarian. No animal products, there's no point. And pause when satisfied. I always do it to 10. Which basically means she'll cook up to 30, and then she won't start cooking again until it hits 10, and then she'll do the whole 30 again. Which, again, most of you would have already known that. It's not really a hack or anything like that. It's just a quality of life kind of thing. I've traded with these guys, so that can go away. Samantha, not Santos. And now, if you can get cooking. Why is that? Oh, because I put it as 1. Okay. Work priorities. Okay. So that is 2. I want you doing that as the next one, and then mine afterwards. So basically, the way that this all works is they go from left to right. Each pawn will look, they'll see a 1. There is no firefighting. There is no I'm not injured. I don't doctor. I don't bed rest. Basic is just like flicking on switches and stuff. And then they'll basically work left to right along their schedule, with 1 being the highest preference. Then they'll look for the 2s from left to right. Then they'll look for 3s from left to right, and then they'll look for 4s, etc. Again, I was just explaining that for my friend, who I believe I mentioned in the first episode. Sorry, we're just having rolling blackouts there, so I'm going to get Santos to produce for me another. Why are you walking around the long way? Have you got something wrong with you? What are you doing? No, that's why you went that way. Say no more. And also, I have realised I need to get rid of that. Make a stockpile here for meals, not packaged. And this needs to not have meals, but yes, packaged. There we go. What are you even doing with your life? 1 piece around there. Do you know what? I mean, I get it, because you're trying to be efficient by taking more than you need, but you don't need to do that. Like ever. Whatever, RimWorld logic. Now Samantha, because you are going to run out of space, I want you to haul that and that, first of all, so that we can put our meals there, and it's easy for them to grab and simply pop in there. Now, I mentioned in the last episode I wanted to get another form of recreation, which I don't think would be the worst idea in the world. And therefore, Santos, you are going to need to eat. Transport pod crash. What do we have here? A bodyguard named Diana. Okay. You are naked. Social. Norbert Nixon. Faction leader of the Klingon Empire. Psychopath bloodlust. I do need a psychopath. However, this person is going to die. So I want you to tend without medicine. Yeah, basically I don't want to lose the relationship that we've got with the Klingons just yet. Because I mean, all that will do is just give the storyteller somebody else to raid me with, and I would rather that that wasn't the case. We have got an unreserved bed here, so let's utilise that. Rescue Deanna Troy. What are your needs? You need to eat desperately. Right, and how many have you cooked? 28, that's good. She's now going to make 32, isn't she? Which won't fit. Lovely. Okay, so our guest here is female 50. We're not going to try and recruit this person or kill them or anything like that. I know that this is a brutal Borg playthrough, and that is what will happen later on when we're enemies with them. But just for the time being, while we are waiting to get everything sort of set up and to get some additional recruits under our belt, I'm going to let this person just leave, which doesn't seem very Borgy, I know, but trust me, I am going to make up for it. Do you need some food? You do not. Where is Samantha going? Butchering. Good girl. Doing what you're supposed to be doing. That is what I like to see. And the rest, you've just got the squirrel, which is just woken up. No, just laying down for some reason. Santos is coming in here. You're going to feed, and then you're going to try and recruit, I assume. And after that, I want you. What is that? That is not big enough a stack. So then let's haul the wood. Let's done that, and then this is sorted. I then want you to do that for me, please, which isn't enough wood. Yeah, she can now just carry on with that. So that sort of gives her a backup job, if you like. Yeah, you can. Yeah, go on. You can just carry on. And then after that, Santos, if you can do that and then haul that in, that'd be great. Who's mage breaking? Samantha, what is your problem? You needed somewhere else to do recreation, which is right on cue. And Santos is going to join you. Carl, what's your needs like? You are okay. You're going to flirt some more, Santos? No? Okay. And that's the reason that I've set up this little design here, with the table just sort of in the corner, and then this chair, the stool that Samantha's sitting on, doubles up for both. So you can sit at the table and eat, or you can sit at the chess table and play chess. And it sort of improves their comfort slightly just by sitting on this crappy little bench. And we're not always going to have benches, of course, so the quality of these really makes no odds. The only real thing that it's going to do is change the beauty of the room, but seeing as we have no floors, again, it doesn't really make a difference of the quality. Feeding Deanna, that's okay, seeing as we saved her life. And now you're attempting to recruit Bradders. That's a wall. Can you go and make that for me, please? Because it's annoying. And in actual fact, what I'm going to do, what I should have done, actually no, do you know what, yeah, go on then. I'll put it in now, so that we kind of have it there. Right, so it didn't rain for ages, and now all of a sudden it's been raining for about 6 days. What is that about? It's just not cool, man. Bradley, you're up and about. Let's have a look. 3.2. I would like to give you these special pants that I'm going to make a stockpile for. Apparel. Pants. And I would like you to haul these into there. You're the bane of my life, mate. I'm going to strip you of your gear and haul that, and that out of there. You are a man, right? Yes. So you only need trousers on. Now the thing is, when they have no clothes on, they get a debuff for being naked, which, as you'd expect, is quite well. It's worse than having ratty apparel, and ratty apparel is anything below 50%. Yeah, the debuff for being naked is worse, but no. Yeah, the debuff for being naked is worse than having ratty apparel, so I like to keep my prisoners clothed, but with the men, they can just wear trousers and no top, and then they don't consider themselves naked, whereas a woman, if they have only trousers on, obviously they got boobies, they consider that to be still naked. Can you just hurry up and... You have become more trouble now than I had originally expected. Come on, Carl. Yeah, so again, I'm just explaining certain parts of how the game mechanics of RimWorld for my friend, and one of them is the naked debuff. So as I was saying, the women would have obviously their boobies. So if they weren't wearing a t-shirt or a jacket or something, then they would consider themselves still naked, even with trousers on. So with a male prisoner, you can just give them a set of pants or trousers, and that's fine. But with a female prisoner, you also need to give them a t-shirt. Just so you know. Now, next up is to finish this off, I believe, and that will provide some extra storage. Do we have much steel? I'll just come up to there. We've probably got, yeah, no, we have got enough to finish this, but then we are going to need to go and get some. So let's start planning that out. I'm going to come up here and get all of these, I think, afterwards. I think we still have some random steel just on the map, but we can utilise what we have at our disposal first, which is all of that. Now I'm not entirely sure, but if somebody can leave a comment, this wall, steel wall, is 28%. Whereas this one is 100. If you deconstruct this wall, does it yield more resources than this 28% one? Please leave it in the comments, or if nobody's watching, then obviously don't. I could probably easily just Google that in 12 minutes when this episode finishes, but yeah, it's sort of keeping you guys interactive and whatnot. So, if anyone's watching, of course. What do I know? Now you are... No, you're not actually trapped in there. I was going to say you're actually trapped in here, but you're not. And there you go. Point proved. Let's see if my local fauna has been busy. Nope, nothing to eat this morning. This cotton has started to bud. Excellent. Oh, you're such a pain in the arse. Why would you not grab an armful and take it with you? Like, seriously. And what you noticed that what some of you might have noticed that I did there with the infection here, I whacked it up to industrial tech meds for the first treatment, because in that case it basically gives them a massive boost for immunity at the start. And the point of this is that the immunity at the bottom there, the 50%, and then the infection rate at the top is 29%. So you need the immunity to reach 100% before the infection reaches 100%. If the infection reaches 100%, they die. If the immunity reaches 100%, then the infection just works its way back down from whatever it got to. And yeah, we didn't really want the person to die. In this case, it was an infection in the left arm, so I could have just queued up an order to actually do an operation and remove the infected limb, and then they basically just take off the entire arm, and it saves them from dying, basically. It's no longer incapable of walking, but you are, however, still have an infection. What do you mean naked, man? Oh. You came on the map naked. It's not like I stripped you. No. Come and do this, please. Coral. We're working through this sandstone, and we now have 239 of it, which is very good. Santos, you've got his resistance down to 2.2 here for Bradley, which is, I mean, he's doing very well. He's coming along nicely, and soon we'll have a fourth pawn. Colonist, whatever you want to call them. So what we got? We got 8 minutes left. That's okay. Just working on their general jobs. It's going to be bedtime soon, which will be now. And we've got 259, which is about to change. 279 stone blocks. So let's map out the rest of this. Now I want it to come out directly straight up to there. Let's do this overnight whilst they are sleeping. If I bring it just sort of down to there-ish, maybe go the whole way. Yes. Okay. After that, I would need her. Now, basically, what I've just done there. Sorry, I didn't really explain myself. I've gone round the majority of this fertile area. This one's already inside, this one's already inside. I've gone around this, and then the majority of this one, so that we've basically got, this is going to be our base of operations to start things off. And we've basically got 1, 2, 3, we'll call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fertile areas inside the base, or rather the starting base. For us to utilise with some corn or something like that, just to kind of get us through the winters, because the winter is coming. We are in, what are we now? We're in August, which is sort of summer. It's considered summer. Quality of attend, that was 43. Where are we up to? 93 and 72. You see, so I only actually needed to use 1 industrial tech medicine on this person. So instead of giving them 3 or 4 tens of industrial medicine, or using the industrial medicine at the end to try and catch up, if you give them the industrial meds from the start, it gives them a massive boost. For some, well, I'm not really sure whether that's deliberate or whether that's just how it works out, but it just seems to give them a huge boost at the start of an infection, and then that basically means that you can ignore it for the rest of the time and just do it without. I've just noticed that is off. And it basically means that you can just go through the rest of the infection without actually tending with medicine. So it's just a nice little tip that I've noticed. And then I want you to do that one as well, just to get us completely topped up. These guys are recreating, which means, no, you're already fully recreated. You are cutting stone from chunks. Yes, that is what you should be doing. Carl is on his way here to... now, the thing is, I want this in this corner. I kind of want that not to be there. And that one as well. How much is this? Let me just... oh, it's going to do all of the walls, isn't it? That's going to pick up the chunk as well, so -1. It's going to pick up all of those chunks. And that's going to pick up nothing. Pick up that. No. So 200 times 5 is 1,000. We have nowhere near that. So what I would like is for you to not do that, and just finish this bit off, which is where he's going. Good. Okay, keep plugging away tirelessly for me, Samantha. I'm going to need some more steel soon as well. Now there's a massive node of it out here. So what I could do is change things up a little, get Santos on that, and then get Samantha to come out here and start mining this out. I'm actually going to do that now, before this episode is up. I'm just going to chop the whole lot of it down, to be honest, and see what's in there. We're just going to quickly rearrange this, sorry, and then I'm going to put Santos on that, and yeah. That makes perfect sense. I mean, Santos is going to be near to the to these two here. She should have developed an immunity, but Santos is in charge of basically keeping her fed while she's here. And I would imagine that when she wakes up, oh, something just died. It was the warg, taking out all of the rabbit. You lot are not leaving me much by way of game. I'm glad that grizzly bear's sort of effed off. That makes me happy, because then it's not a threat to my people. Because if a human is just sort of like out in the field like young Carl here, and it's the closest thing to a predator, they will often try and eat you. Instead of going for this nice easy squirrel, they'll try and eat my people, which is not cool. Death by a grizzly bear has happened to me multiple times. Plus, like wargs, for example, it's, as you can see from the little icon or whatever, it's kind of like a wolf, and it's got like razor sharp claws that, if it attacks, it can leave you with like a scar on your eye or something like that, and then that can affect everything about, like, literally it can affect your shooting, your ability to build and construct and mine. It just affects everything. So best just to kind of sort of run away from it if it ever does try to go for you. Where are we up to with this? It's pretty much all ready to harvest, and Samantha hasn't even made a start on that yet. It's because she keeps coming out here to harvest the rice. I want you two to just start hauling this, actually, as I say that. Just because it's nearly bedtime, and I kind of want them to not just leave this outside. What's there? 74. So actually, Samantha, you can do that, and you can start or you can continue. I'll tell you what, actually. Come and grab some of this wood in. There you go. Yep, we'll put you to bed. Santos has already gone. What do we have by way of blocks? 399. That's not that's not good enough. It's just not good enough. But that is bedtime, except for Santos, who thinks he's different. That is bedtime, and I have hit my hour. So thank you very much for watching episode 2 of our Borg Collective RimWorld playthrough. Any questions, comments, feedbacks? Please leave it in the comments. And I will be back for episode 3, probably in about 10 minutes time. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Take care.